Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Luigi's Mansion.
We are 1 week away till Halloween, and also the end of October, which is kind of sad, but Halloween.
Yeah.
Halloween's kind of like that candy bar at the end of the month.
Kinda.
I'm not good at analogies, damn it.
Oh, by the way, if you water that plant to every area, like we said earlier, it will reward you with a gold diamond.
Apparently, it's been growing a gold diamond inside it, which basically means that it's first off defied the laws of physics, and secondly, it essentially has taken coal, compressed it so hard that it turned into diamond, and then infused it with gold.
The reason why you want to do that is because the gold diamond is the most valuable gemstone in the game. And
Isn't
by
there like 2 of them?
there are only 2, and that was one of them. The other one you get if you capture all of the boos. Fortunately, that boo boss we caught counted as 15 boos. You'll see our count leapt from 25 to 39. Or 24 to 39.
This is actually used to be I hated this part.
Oh my god, this part. I think it's a really neat idea, though. So
I like it. I do like it.
So picture this: you're alone in a haunted house, and then suddenly, when you're in one of the most remote parts of the house, all the power goes out. And don't forget, the power being on was the only thing stopping the ghost from reaching you. So now that the power is out, anything could happen to poor Luigi. So how does that make you feel? Oh, that's right. There's also another creepy thing that comes up in the next room.
Oh, yeah, the telephone room.
Yeah. And we do get to see it.
Did you show it?
Yeah, I do. How could I not?
That's true.
So, yeah. About a week before Halloween. And, yeah, the proverbial candy bar at the end of one of my favorite months, or no, my favorite month of the year. But to me, Halloween it's not really so much about the candy. It's more about the weirdness.
And the costumes.
And the costumes, and the spooky stuff. The reason I like the holiday...
If you're ever in a college town, the costumes are kind of hilarious in some cases.
Yeah. But to me, what I like about Halloween the most is that it's sort of a celebration of the weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or apparently cats / sexy versions of things, but
yeah, there you
whatever.
go. You get your sexy versions of things. The holiday. I mean, you can't exactly do that during Thanksgiving.
I don't know, man. Terrifying, actually. It's Bowser.
Is it Bowser?
To be a Bowser.
It's a Bowser!
Why does he keep calling?
I don't know. Maybe he thought I could reach you on a different line? It is the same person who was calling. Okay, now pay attention to the right side of the screen. Did you see that?
Yeah.
So, this room, it's only unique to this room, but when Luigi's on the phone and the camera pans up like that, whenever lightning strikes, pay attention to Luigi's shadow.
We're kind of on the right, a little bit above him.
Yeah. It happens, I think.
It happens again?
It does happen again. There it is. Luigi's shadow is hanging from the ceiling. How does that make you feel?
A little bit depressed.
Look at that! It's so creepy! I've read about that actually, and supposedly it's a lighting glitch. That's not actually supposed to be like that.
Yeah, it's, I think it has something to do with, the way that your model is while you're holding the phone.
Yeah, like if you saw a moment ago, your shadow... God, that's so creepy!
I think it's worse over here.
It kind of is. It's a weird, kind of subtle and really creepy glitch. Like I said, this game isn't overtly spooky, and that's not even intentional, but damn if that's not unsettling.
I mean, what if you walked into a room and every time the things, or every time the lightning struck, you saw yourself hung in the center of it?
That would... If that actually happened, I would just get the hell out of this mansion as quickly as possible. Because screw that.
Just through the window.
Well,
third floor.
I would find a... No, actually, I would just find a mirror and then warp out.
Just stare at a mirror long enough. Ah!
Fortunately, you can drown the ghosts.
That makes very little sense, but...
It's kind of sad, actually. But, nonetheless, we can do it. You were
And yet they're
required...
not affected by wind at all.
No, not really. I don't think your vacuum has a powerful enough gust of wind that it can, shoot
And
out.
it uses a flamethrower.
Anyway, I decided to go to the bathroom because it's the least spooky place in the entire mansion. See? Very not spooky. Just stay away from the bathtub. Okay, so...
Things spawn in the foyer right now?
They do not. The foyer is and always will be the one room in this mansion that is completely safe from ghosts.
Well, except the 2 times that they try to drop a thing.
Yeah, but they don't actually hurt you. Oh, that's true. The chandelier actually couldn't kill you. I forgot about that. So, in order to get the power back onto the mansion, there's a ghost here, in the wardrobe room. His name is, I think, Uncle Grimly. The game tells you does not give you any indication as to where this ghost is supposed to be. All the game says is that he's in front of a mirror. So when I was playing through this game for the first time, I just got lucky because I started backtracking through the first areas of the game, and just happened to find him in one of the earliest rooms that the game lets you go in. But I imagine for other players that must have been really, really frustrating.
Isn't he afraid of the dark?
No, he likes the dark.
He's just that creepy uncle, isn't he?
Yeah, he likes the dark. He only appeared once the power went out. I mean, think about that for a scary story. There's a creature that exists that only appears when there's a blackout. Not
There's
just
there's a story somewhere that talks about this horrifying creature, and I don't remember what it is. And the only you can hear it, but it's some sort of like terror creature that eats children, and the sound that it makes sounds like raindrops on glass.
Ew. That's kind of creepy. Oh, by the way, during the blackout, there are some ghosts that only appear during the blackout. There are 3 speedy ghosts that only appear during the blackout. I had to do some research to find them. But they're in 3 rooms in this mansion, and I go to capture them while I can. Now, the power has gone out in this place, but fortunately the rooms only still spawn a finite amount of ghosts before they stop spawning them. And this room contains it's one of the 3 rooms that has the blackout ghosts. So if you go over here, I think it's the piano or the seat of the piano that summons the ghost itself.
I want to say it's the piano, I'm probably wrong.
Let's check. No, it's the seat. Although the piano would have made a lot more sense in retrospect. So pianos are spooky, right? Inherently.
Well, the one in Super Mario 64 was.
Oh god, I forgot about that one. Okay, ready to see are you ready to see pain? Because oh boy, I did not do this room very well.
Yeah, you really didn't.
I'm kind of embarrassed by the way I did this room.
You should be.
Shut up. And I tried to get the hell out of here, and it wouldn't let me go. Oh god. They all wanted me so badly.
It's terrible.
I think I eventually got fed up and just burned them because I couldn't take it anymore.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Friggin'. Have I mentioned I hate this room?
Of all the rooms, though, this is like not the worst.
It's not the worst, but there's a lot of furniture in here that gets in the way of capturing ghosts with ease. I think this is the lowest my health has gotten so far.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, so you demonstrated the whole Mario.
Yeah, he sounds a bit
So-
more desperate when his health is lower.
Apparently, there's 2 treasure rooms like this, and I forgot about that for the longest time.
Yeah, there are true treasure rooms in this game that are hidden and inaccessible unless you go and search for them. Ow!
I knew about this one because I had the the guide. I forget the other one.
The other one's
I
called
don't really like. I don't really like using the guide.
The other one is called the sealed room. It's only accessible from the roof. Woof woof.
Oh, sorry about that. My dog says hi.
Hi, dog! I hope you're
Hello.
doing well being a dog. Anyway, the reason I came to this location in the first place is because there's actually a secret speedy ghost in here, too.
Is it in one of the?
Yes!
Is it in one of the chests that didn't have anything in it the first time?
I think so.
Yeah, because if it's in this one, it didn't have anything in it.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the chests. I don't remember which one, though.
I think it's this one.
There we go.
Yeah, it's this one.
And,
Because when you come in here the first time, there's nothing in that chest.
yeah, but again, they all drop gemstones, so it's worth your while if you're okay with it. Just one thing to remember about the blackout that I think we haven't covered yet, but that we should, is that when the mansion gets blacked out, you can't save the game, because all the toads run away from the mansion in fear. So just make sure that if you do decide to go exploring while the place is blacked out, make sure you save yourself some time to do it.
Oh, I knew there was one in here.
There is, but it's only available during the blackout itself. So, I think it's in the crib, but I'm not entirely certain. There we go, my health's back to normal. Yeah, there it is. It was just impossible to access before because the baby was occupying that space. Same thing with the piano ghost, because the piano ghost was occupying the chair at the time. I don't know how to explain this, the hidden room, though. Anyway, when you eventually want to
Because it was
stop...
hidden at the time.
When you eventually want to stop dealing with the blackout itself, you have to take the key that you got from Uncle Grimly, the creepy ghost, and that'll lead you back into the circuit breaker room. And you just go up to the
I thought you
machine.
were in here at one point.
You were, but apparently in Chapter 4 it locks again. But it's possible to go in here. In fact, if you want to capture all of the Speedy Ghosts, you have to go in here before Chapter 4. Because that's the only time that Speedy Ghost will appear.
Huh.
There we go, ladies and gentlemen. The lights in the mansion are back on. Every room that you've already lit up before is now lit up again. Any opportunities that you may have missed to capture ghosts in those rooms are now lost.
And any cheeses are also.
That's true. Any
I
cheeses.
love how the breaker isn't like a fuse. It's just this giant knife switch that goes.
It's like a thing you would see in Frankenstein's castle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just whenever I eventually move into my own place, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna install every switch to be a giant throw switch.
They're actually kind of dangerous.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, you can get electrocuted pretty easily. Well, he's gone.
Forever. I have lost that ghost. He has chosen to abandon me in my time of need.
And here's the only other room that has a flip switch.
And also another Speedy.
Oh shit.
I think I've captured all the Speedy ghosts that you can in my playthrough. Like, I know I don't perfectly capture all of, like, the portrait ghosts, I'll admit. But otherwise, I did try to go out of my way to find all of the cheese and all the Speedy ghosts. I'm not sure if I actually succeeded, though. However, I did find the barrel ghosts.
Have a barrel with ghosts.
So, let me ask you something. What would you do if you had an entire barrel filled with ghosts?
Probably start screaming.
But what if they were your ghosts?
I'd probably start screaming. The funny thing about the flip pads in here is it's just literally just to skip it.
It is. They serve no other actual function.
The first time you go through, you have to clear all of the dust, I think.
Yeah, there's There's dust on the floor, which annoyingly respawns whenever you leave the room and come back.
It's dusty as hell.
Yeah, and only in this room! Burn.
To be honest, I feel like the basement should have been much bigger.
Sort of like just one giant room.
Well, no, I just mean like it should have been slightly like there should have been a couple more rooms.
Oh, I see. I mean, to be
Like
fair...
the layout of the mansion, the way that the layout of the mansion is, it feels like there should have been at least one or two more rooms to the side.
That would make sense. I mean, despite the mansion's design flaws, it is rather thoughtfully designed. Like, its proportions are correct. Like, these rooms properly fit the mansion we saw outside.
I guess that's true.
Which is really cool, actually. Because it allows the ghosts to navigate between rooms and everything. Now, the layout of the mansion itself is weird. As Brennan brought it up earlier. Like, why is the telephone room the only room with telephones way the hell up here in the attic?
Well, actually, that one is actually kind of explainable. If it is during the time period you're saying, telephones are probably an invention that would have been put in after the mansion was built. So this would be basically like a hobbyist room.
Oh, I see. So, if the mansion were have been designed prior to the invention of the telephone, and telephones were later implemented, they would have had their own designated room away from the rich people's rooms. Just because
well, not necessarily, just being like, they probably would have been something that wouldn't have been integrated into the main area yet. It would have been something like you had to have special equipment and stuff like that to be able to hook it up. That and getting a telephone line into the building probably was easier to put into the attic than it would have been into one of the main floors. Because you can go through the roof.
How extremely inconvenient that would be for anybody living in this mansion, though.
Yeah.
Well, if you think about it, if it's at the time when, there's only a few people with telephones, you're not really going to be using the telephone too much. It'd be kind of like a ham radio nowadays.
I guess, but even before telephones, there were telegraphs, and those probably would have been.
Yeah.
This mansion doesn't have any, though.
Like, this is another room that I feel like should have been in the basement.
The toy maker
Clockwork room?
Yeah, damn it! I can't enter that room either. That ghost got away with 1 HP! Anyway, well...
This room's also kind of creepy.
Yeah, there's just marionettes and, the light just hanging from the ceilings. Like Luigi was hanging from the ceiling earlier.
That's not that weird. That's a light.
Well, Luigi's not a light. You can't hang him like that.
That's not what I meant. But okay. Solaire hanging from the ceiling. So, by the way, one of the things you were saying, if I had a mansion, how would I design it or whatever?
Yeah.
I really think that the Quagmire boss should have been a much bigger graveyard.
What's the Quagmire boss?
The Shadow boss.
Oh, the Bogmire boss.
Bogmire,
yeah.
But point being, though, the
Oh god.
is this one kind of like the twin boss, where only one of them has pearls?
Yes. In this case, the blue one is the one who distributes the pearls. So you want to go for the blue one last.
But I feel like the the Bogmire boss should have been inside of like a catacomb kind of thing, or a tomb.
Oh, so what you would have done is you would have had it so like you go into the graveyard and you can go inside of like a little mausoleum. You would have been there instead.
Yeah, like a mausoleum or a family grave kind of thing, something like that. I always thought that for the amount of ghosts that are in the mansion and the fact that the front yard has a bunch of graveyards, or the front yard has a bunch of graves, I really thought they should have made a little bit bigger, more creepy graveyard in the back.
They probably should.
You also just made me think of a game that was actually really good for what it was, and it was technically a horror game. But Disney's The Haunted Mansion.
Oh, that's damn it. Well, that's silver right there, I think. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
go on.
Disney's The Haunted Mansion. They have a game for the GameCube that was actually really good. It doesn't follow the like movie or the ride or anything like that, but you were a guy with a lantern, and there was a bunch of puzzles and stuff like that. I don't remember much of it. I just remember that it was a very good game.
I remember a couple of things that you showed me from that game. I remember there was a guy from the 19th century exploring the haunted mansion. He had a lantern and he had a sanity meter.
Yeah.
And I remember, other than that, other than like that and the singing like ghost heads, I also remember there was like this one ghost that looked like the girl from The Ring.
I don't remember
she had hair in front of her face, and then when her hair was pulled away, she had like a giant long mouth.
Yeah.
That was genuinely creepy for the game. For a Disney game, no less.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, and it was for the GameCube too.
What other Disney games have a sanity meter?
I mean, the only other game that I know of that has a sanity meter that I can think of right now is the one I was talking about earlier. That's awesome.
Eternal Darkness.
Yeah, I don't know why I can't remember the name of that.
It's admittedly kind of a generic name.
Amnesia: The Dark Descent.
Didn't Amnesia also have a sanity meter?
It had a teeth meter. It didn't have a sanity. I don't think it had a sanity meter in the sense of like you're at 80% sanity or whatever. It did, however. Your character made more annoying noises and grinded its teeth in the dark and all that kind of shit.
But that's all it really did.
Yeah. Amnesia started out as being a really good game, like a really good horror game, and then just devolved into... We assume that you're going to be really scared by everything, so we don't care.
It assumed its audience was going to be scared, so it stopped
like
a
that
scary environment.
You know this guy, he's just like screaming that he doesn't want to go ahead. That's the type of audience they assume, where you're so scared you don't want to move ahead.
Well, it's kind of productive.
The pillars on the roof are a tad strange.
Yeah, they're just sort of there. So we just got a key from the top of the thing there, and that leads to the room's armory. But there's a secret if we go to the right. And remember how we were talking about the sealed room earlier?
Yeah.
This is how you get inside.
Alright, cool. I think I know this. I think I knew this one because I thought I had died.
This room is kind of dangerous. Like one of the treasure chests, and only one of them is trapped.
I'm hearing a lot of mic movement. Are you moving your mic?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was shifting my position.
Oh, that's fine. I was just wondering if it was on there.
No, that was me.
I was hoping it wasn't me.
No. If you wouldn't be able to hear it, I think, if it was coming from you.
Well, I actually have Logitech G something or other headphones. Essentially, they have a noise cancellation in them. So, and the way that noise cancellation works, for those who don't know it, it actually takes the same sound and it puts it at a different frequency, so it's slightly off. So you're actually hearing things in double, but because they're at a different frequency, they cancel each other out. I mean, you technically hear both of them sometimes, but with noise-canceling headphones, you hear a lot of essentially background white noise, and that's the noise that's being canceled out. But every once in a while, I can hear myself, or I can hear things around, like fans or whatever, because I can turn them.
That might be your audio feeding back through my microphone. Hey, look, treasure.
Killed this man and got treasure.
But yeah, actually, something that you mentioned earlier that I wanted to bring up with you regarding
Luigi, professional bounty hunter. Sorry.
Regarding Amnesia, actually, there, in addition to a lot of video games doing spooks really good, unfortunately, there are stories or like movies or whatever that fail to do scary stuff because they try too hard. And it sounds like Amnesia is one of those games.
Yeah, I mean, it starts out like it kind of does it well, and then it just devolves into it being kind of bad. In my opinion, though, like other people got super scared by it. Some people didn't. That was just how I felt about it, though.
Like, there are a lot of other games that are scary as well, but but they can lose some of their horror once you look at sort of like the game itself and see, and then suddenly you see the seams of the game, and you can tell what the developers were going for, and it sort of loses its scare factor.
Yeah.
What's a game that you can think of that was supposed to be scary but actually wasn't? Or, like, a movie that was supposed to be scary but was so bad that it was actually good. Because it completely failed to be scary.
Birdemic?
I kind of forgot that was supposed to be a horror film.
I mean, there's also, like, The Room.
I mean, I don't think that was supposed to be a horror story.
Are you sure? Have you seen it?
Everybody betrayed me. I fed up with this world.
Man, I was thinking more along the lines of Manos, The Hands of Fate. Which I
haven't seen it.
Watch the Mystery Science Theater version if you can. Otherwise, don't bother because it's way too slow.
You know what? Actually, I can think of a game that was supposed to be spooky, and it kind of lost its spookiness. Gray was talking about this a while ago, and that's Left 4 Dead. Left 4 Dead 2, at least.
Oh yeah.
Left 4 Dead was creepy because it was good. Left 4 Dead 2, though, they kind of, I don't know, they just threw too many things at you, and it kind of desensitized you to the whole zombie thing.
Oh, like if you're like constantly surrounded by zombies and they move in particular
like
patterns.
in Left 4 Dead 1, unless you were playing on the high difficulties, most of the normal zombies didn't really mean anything, so you can kind of either just ignore them or shoot them easily and then move on. The special infected were the only ones that really mattered. But
like I guess
Gray was arguing that one.
Like I guess if you see enough like creatures, like zombies or whatever, and they move in predictable patterns too often, they lose their scariness because, as I said, it's like seeing the seams. Like you know exactly how they're gonna move, and they become predictable monsters.
Yeah. I mean, technically, like Kirby may have been a horror game. We don't know.
You're some nightmarish creature that's going around gulping everything out, gulping everything down. That's kind of a nightmare scenario. Just this little... That sounds like a horror movie. Little pink blob traversing a world, eating everything in its path and absorbing its power. Actually, that sounds like one of the characters from Dragon Ball Z, actually. I'm pretty sure they did the same thing on that show.
Boo?
Yeah, exactly. You went around eating everything and absorbing its power.
This room is strange.
This room... I swear... The last time I recorded myself playing this, I made a reference to The Shining. Even though there's only one girl. Actually, have you ever seen The Shining?
I think so. At least not... I don't know if I've seen it all the way through, but I have seen it.
It's a really good atmospheric movie. Like, it's not, like, overtly scary, like, in the same way that you don't really see, like blood or anything, but it's like, well, actually, you do see blood.
Here's Johnny.
Here's Johnny! I mean, that's old enough to be a meme now. But,
It is a meme.
Yeah. I mean, you wouldn't be scared by that part so much. But the point that I'm trying to make is that it was scary in an atmospheric way. Kind of like, old Alfred Hitchcock movies.
Mm. So I was trying to think of a game, and I couldn't think of it. So I just typed in horror underneath Steam, and for some reason, under the horror genre, there's a game called Golf with Your Friends.
I'd like to play I'd like to play a spooky themed horror game, or like a spooky themed golf game. Damn it!
You know what's a good? You know what's? It's basically just jump scares. You ever played Five Nights at Freddy's?
I haven't played it, but I've seen footage of it, and I wasn't really scared of it, unfortunately.
It's jump scares, if anything. It's not really scary. It's just like intense. But I was at Walmart the other day because I was helping my mother with stuff, and apparently Friday night. I always call it Friday Night at Freddy's, but it's Five Nights at Freddy's. Five Nights at Freddy's has like kids' toys, like the little figurines that you can buy of things. Isn't it supposed to be a homicidal like pedophile in a bear suit?
I heard that that the suits were supposed to be filled with like the ghosts of dead children or something.
Yeah, but like Fredbear is stuffed with a dead guy.
Yeah, that's what I've heard at least.
This is these are children's toys.
I don't know.
What?
I don't know, honestly. I couldn't tell you. The point is, I'm not really scared by Five Nights at Freddy's because it's kind of... I've seen so much of it that it fails to scare me. Like, it's like you've seen it all. And like once you've seen it all and you know that it's just jump scares and you know exactly when the threat becomes knowable and you know precisely what you are dealing with, it stops being scary.
Oh, that was the game I was trying to think of.
What?
What it was? Dead Space.
Oh.
Dead Space is a wonderful horror shooter. Hell, I should let's play it at some point because I know the game well enough, but I haven't played it in a long enough time that I probably would be able to do a decent playthrough of it. The thing is, there's specific areas that if you don't know, things are gonna, if you don't know things are gonna pop out at you, then they're super scary and it's super like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. If you know that they're gonna be there, you just expect them and they won't make you jump as much, but they're still kind of creepy. Unfortunately, Dead Space is also kind of a gory game, and that's one of the reasons it's kind of creepy.
Yeah, that actually reminds me about
Dead Space
theories
2
of theories of horror. Actually,
Dead Space 2 has zombie children, which is not done often.
That's not exactly subtle. By the way, sorry to bring this up, but we are nearing the end of this episode. In fact, we've only got... Hello there, dog, and hello there, painting of who I assume was the girl. Alright, everybody, stay tuned and good night. We'll see you next week.
Hello. I mean, goodbye.